An era that defined greatness, where every game felt like a final, and legends were born every single week. From fierce rivalries to unforgettable comebacks, this was more than football, it was a global phenomenon. The Premier League in the 2000s wasn't just a league, it was war. And here's where it all started. The Premier League was transforming before our eyes. Every weekend, you didn't just watch football, you felt it. Rooney charging past defenders, Ronaldo weaving through impossible gaps, Henry ghosting in behind, Gerrard driving the midfield like a man possessed. It was raw, chaotic, electric. The crowds weren't just cheering, they were vibrating with every touch, every goal, every near miss. And the best part? Nobody knew what would happen next. One week, a team looked untouchable. The next, they were crushed. Fans around the world couldn't look away. Every match was unpredictable. Every weekend a story. And here's where it gets intense. Manchester United in the early 2000s was nearly untouchable. Ferguson had built a machine that didn't just win, it crushed, dominated, and intimidated. Riding the wave of their historic treble, every weekend at Old Trafford felt like a fortress that rival teams dared not enter. Roy Keane barking orders, Paul Scholes slicing through defenses with precision, Ryan Giggs weaving magic down the wings. The team had depth, mentality, and belief. Opponents walked onto that pitch already feeling the weight of United's dominance. By the start of the new millennium, it wasn't just about winning matches, it was about total control, setting the bar so high that even legends struggled to reach it. Wait, it wasn't all red. Arsenal was subtly planning a revolution. Thierry Henry arrived like a force of nature, and suddenly the league had a new spectacle. Recall that flick and volley goal against United? Perfect brilliance. As the ball zoomed past the goalie, admirers gasped a moment that perfectly captured the flamboyance and courage Arsenal was bringing to British football. Under Wenger, the Gunners played quick, fluid, smart football, a sharp departure from United's ironclad domination. And then whispers of the Invincibles began going about. Every fan knew they were seeing history in the making as the dream of going unbeaten and changing the Premier League's hierarchy began to materialize. And the mayhem here started. Some games changed legacies, not just determined points. Leeds United versus Liverpool, 4-3. A breathtaking rollercoaster with Mark Viduka scoring 4 times left supporters incredulous. Liverpool's 4-0 beating of Arsenal dashed title ambitions and reminded everyone that nothing was assured. And of course, United didn't just sit back. They responded in style, thumping Arsenal 4-0 at Old Trafford, therefore stoking one of the most intense rivalries of the decade. Every match featured drama, style, sadness, and victory. Minute by minute, you were experiencing football rather than just seeing it. You were living it, feeling every high and low as if it were yours. And here's where the Reds remind everyone why they're a force. In 2001, Liverpool accomplished a hat-trick of greatness: the FA Cup, the League Cup, and the UEFA Cup. Steven Gerrard showed himself as the center of the team, brave, unrelenting, and a leader who supported the group on his back. Every tackle, every run, every aim showed a team regaining relevance. As Liverpool showed that passion, tenacity, and a never-die attitude may still alter English football storylines, fans were on the edge of their seats. And chants echoed, "Immortals yield." They were declaring a comeback to the major stage, not just trophies. United's run wasn't smooth sailing, but wait. Like a storm came the 2002 season. For the first time in years, United dropped outside of the top 2, upsetting supporters. Arsenal, meanwhile, made a declaration London shook from Sol Campbell's switch from Tottenham. United showed their ambition by signing Juan Sebastian Veron and Ruud van Nistelrooy, then flexed their ambition, but nothing could quell the drama. Tottenham's 5-3 fight became an immediate myth. United staged a famous comeback that got people chatting. Still, Arsenal had the final word. The double-winning Gunners sealed the title at Old Trafford itself. Poetic vengeance, a perfect fairy tale moment. The Premier League is humming. Everything shifted in 2003 when Roman Abramovich purchased Chelsea and dealt English football a bombshell. Overnight, limitless cash changed players, transfers, and expectations. Chaos engulfed Ferguson's United. Beckham's notorious boot incident was still fresh, and Beckham's move to Real Madrid left a void. However, a new star appeared. Cristiano Ronaldo, a teen whirlwind from Portugal, is exhilarating and fearless. The Premier League had a contender with unbounded goals. Chelsea wasn't just racing. They were changing the rules and creating the ground for a new age of drama and stress. Wenger's Arsenal in 2003-04 was, meanwhile, a masterpiece rather than just a club. Henry dashed past the defenders, Pires caused midfield mayhem, Vieira ruled the heart, and Bergkamp infused every touch with genius. Van Nistelrooy misses a penalty, emotions explode, and United's superiority wavers. The Battle of Old Trafford becomes legendary. Though Arsenal kept moving on, Rio Ferdinand's 8-month ban upset the league. The Gunners went undefeated week after week, 38 games perfect, hence gaining the moniker Immortals. Football poetry was clutching the title at Tottenham. Untouchable, remarkable control. Then, Jose Mourinho came to Chelsea in 2004. I think I am a special one. He was serious. Mourinho shocked opponents with discipline, strategic genius, and flair. Drogba turned into a deadly weapon, Lampard the engine, and United unleashed teen prodigy Wayne Rooney. Arsenal's unbeaten streak finally ended at Old Trafford in the infamous Battle of the Buffet, pandemonium erupting. While Liverpool pulled off the legendary Champions League comeback in Istanbul, Mourinho's Chelsea constructed a virtually impermeable defensive wall. Time passed slowly. Patrick Vieira left Arsenal, Roy Keane departed United. With consecutive titles, Chelsea's dominance became set. Arsenal battled under strain, and United adjusted. Wenger's flowing football contrasted with Mourinho's merciless pragmatism, hence highlighting ideological and team conflicts. As the Premier League changed, the powerhouses of the 2000s started to rewrite their history, therefore opening the door for a new period of strategy, ability, and drama. And this is where the narrative twists again. United stitched the future into the now via investments in youth. Cristiano Ronaldo, Rooney, Nani, and Darren Fletcher grab the reins and add speed, skill, and daring. Chelsea also goes through difficulties. Petr Cech sustains a terrible head injury, challenging Jose Mourinho's will and the depth of the team. Arsenal enter the Emirates Stadium, a sign of ambition but also a conflict of identity as the magic of Highbury fades from view. Still, United's beat returns. They are at the top of the league once more, mixing experience with young passion. Though old grudges persist, the environment is changing. Legends are leaving, fresh stars emerge, and the Premier League's drama, talent, and unpredictability persist. To enthrall millions every single weekend. Immortals. You thought the Premier League had seen it all? 2007-08 hits with seismic shifts. While Thierry Henry leaves Arsenal for Barcelona, leaving an empty spot hard to fill, Fernando Torres joins Liverpool, a predator ready to pounce. Mourinho says goodbye to Chelsea, an emotional parting that shocks the league. United and Arsenal meetings spark ancient passions. The conflicts on the field are intense and charged. Cristiano Ronaldo is in unstoppable form. Goals, tricks, flair, and that unmistakable arrogance that fans either loved or hated. Eduardo's terrible leg fracture, a sad event that reminds everybody of football's raw volatility, brutally derails Arsenal's momentum. United reclaims the crown. Ronaldo claims the Ballon d'Or. The Premier League turns into a stage for international icons. Every match is spectacular, and every goal is frontline news. Then, 2008-09 arrived, and the league transformed into a battlefield of monsters. Every weekend is a war. Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Arsenal. Gerrard and Torres ripped down defenses, lighting up Anfield with an almost magical combination. Chelsea's historic 86-game home streak ultimately crumbles under pressure, showing that nothing endures forever. Arsenal fight with injuries and vulnerability sliding in, yet they still enthrall. Recall Arshaven's 4-goal masterpiece in that crazy 4-4 draw versus Liverpool. United responded with Ferguson's traditional brilliance, Michael Macheda's late goal against Aston Villa, shaking the world and guaranteeing United's third consecutive title and solidifying Ferguson's dynasty. Every game has stakes that seem biblical. Every player feels larger than life. The league is a spectacle of fervor, skill, heartbreak, and glory that fans from all corners of the earth can't look away from. It's no longer only English football. What remains is pure legend as the dust clears. Intensity, loyalty, and ongoing flair characterized the 2000s. Burning of hostilities. Each confrontation is a tale in itself. Wenger against Ferguson, Mourinho against Benitez. Heroes appeared: Thierry Henry with his grace, Ronaldo with his unstoppable ascent, Rooney with his raw energy, Gerrard with unrelenting tenacity, Lampard with pinpoint accuracy, and Drogba with might. Football was raw, passionate, and exciting. It was unpredictable and not neat. Stadiums screamed with group ecstasy, tempers flared. Yet, the magic of the game linked supporters all around. Beyond events, this time generated enduring tales and unforgettable memories and laid the groundwork for contemporary football. The Premier League of the 2000s was the GOAT era, where legends were created week after week under the lights with hearts on fire. It was not only a league. That era wasn't just football. It was life, emotion, and identity. From Henry's elegance to Rooney's rage, from Gerrard's grit to Ronaldo's rise, the 2000s will forever remain the GOAT era. If you loved reliving this, hit like, subscribe, and drop your favorite 2000s memory in the comments.